Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another BEJ morning live stream. We go live daily at 10 a.m. JST, Japan Standard Time. This is the official Black Experience Japan's live streaming channel. We do a plethora of things. We bring you different topics, on topic, relevant, not relevant. We talk about many different things, a variety of subject matter. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, very, very close. And by reaching that milestone, we will activate and enable the outdoor live streaming feature, which should be a cool feature. Right. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing once we're able to go outdoors. As you guys know, COVID-19 has kept many of us inside, and I can't wait for the opportunity again to go outdoors and explore the world. How you guys doing? Good morning, good night, good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming on. We go live daily at 10 a.m. JST, give or take a few minutes. As I said before, the time might change a little bit, but nonetheless, for now, it is the same daily and 10 a.m. JST. Hey, what's up, Mina? Hey, what's up, Luke? How you doing, Caveman? How you guys doing? As you guys see, like I just put a little topic there today, because you guys know some of the live streams for the last few actually have been more spontaneous, which is something that I kind of like. Hey, why not, right? Um, so I'm good. I'm good. Tipito, how you doing? Valcover, what's up? Yeah. So this morning I did my workout, and it was a good workout. Workout as usual, challenging, as usual. If it's not challenging, it means, hey, listen, man, it's not working. Well, that's my mindset. If you're not doing something that's hard, that is generally challenging, man, then it's like, hey, you're not getting the benefits. You're not reaping the rewards. And something that came into my mind while I was doing the latter half of my workout, which was my run, I was running, and I was thinking about limitations. And I believe I spoke about this before. I want you guys to call in as well. So remember, call in. The link to call in is in the description down below, because I want you guys to come on and share some stories. Some stories where you faced your limitations, maybe common things that you say to yourself that impedes your progress. So one, common things that impedes your progress, and two, the way that you were able, if you were able to overcome that limitation. So that's something that I want you guys to call in and talk about, to share your personal story, your personal triumph, right? I wanna hear that from you guys. And so what's up, Cross Harmonics? How you doing, Earl? How you doing? Milky, what's up? So yeah, that came into my mind, and I believe I tried to recall the quote before, but I did so inaccurately, because the quote actually goes, and I'm going to try again. It's, if you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. I believe that's the way the quote goes, right? So it's like, because a lot of times, even in my own life and other people as well connected to me, and people just all around the world, have this tendency where we put a limitation or an excuse before us. Someone is asking us a question, they're talking to us about something, and for some reason, even though we know the truth, right, that's within us, we know why, but instead of going deep and going to that place, we say but, and the but is followed by a limitation. And it's something that if someone challenges that limitation, oftentimes we get into a defensive mode. We try to defend our position. And I guess that's what brought up that quote. It wasn't coined by me. I heard this somewhere. And it's like, if you argue for your limitations, if you argue um to support the way things are for you, right? In like, you're arguing to keep that position. You're like, listen, man, this is the reason why. And you're on that, you're gung-ho about that, you're passionate, and you're fighting to lift up your limitation on a pedestal. You're lifting it up, you're saying this. Many of us have that tendency. I'm also guilty as well. And if we remain in that place, man, the truth of the matter is, man, we get to keep it. There's no advancement. There's no advancing, because the goal is not to advance. The goal is just to remain where we are if we don't want to be there, right? And just wallow in whatever and just say, man, this is the reason why. And every time someone challenges you, you go back to the limitation and you argue in favor of that limitation. And as a result of doing that, you get to keep it. I was running this morning, and I'm thinking like, man, like when you're running does take a lot, especially when you're going far, and like when you've done so much other things workout wise, and then you're doing this long run afterwards. You're just like, you got to get into the zone, and you have to go beyond your limits. You have to push yourself, to get the results in your body that you want. What's required. And I think it's a tendency for many of us to argue, right? We accept our position. We don't like it. We don't like where we are. We don't like, certain things about our lives, but yet still we fight to keep things that way. And if someone shows you a way out, you argue against it. But what you're doing is not working for yourself. And if what you're doing is not working for yourself, at least give someone else's suggestion a shot, a try, to see what may come of it. If you want change, of course. So that's something that came into my mind this morning, and I just decided to just put a title there, that expressed that. Let's just see what you guys are saying. So Milky said, yesterday's conversation was almost near. Okay. Milk, listen, man. Listen. Look, I express myself authentically, right? As you guys see, look, I just speak, I just express myself. So whatever it is that I'm thinking about is fine, right? I talk about it, that's fine. And sometimes people come on as well and they share what they have to share, right? We don't have to agree with someone. People don't have to agree with me, all right? The thing is, look, I work things out in my mind and I talk about it. As I said, I prefaced what I said yesterday about, what we're talking about, with, well, of course, I'm not an expert, but I come in contact with information, and I'm not going to allow any person, I don't care how qualified you are in a subject matter, to silence me. If I want to speak about something, I'm going to say it, right? So it's not a matter of someone saying this is conspiracy or that. That's not going to prevent me from saying what I want to say, right? We can agree to disagree. And usually the reason why speaking so strong about this is that even before, when I was talking about other things, people would come on and they would be very disrespectful. But if I see something and I want to discuss a certain subject matter, if it's something that rubs you the wrong way for some reason, I will still speak my mind, right? If you have a dissent, then you can express that respectfully, and I'll share my position. As you guys see, look, on this channel, I've never, like you guys see, I express everything respectfully. And if someone comes on who has a different opinion from me, I disagree like strongly, I still allow that person to speak. And that's what even some people don't understand. They're like, yo, this guy has this person talking. I'm like, I don't mind. Because the fact of the matter is, I cannot change someone's mind. Maybe if I share my position, someone might reevaluate and say, hey, maybe. But my goal is not to change people's mind. My goal is to put things out there. And if someone wants to take it, fine. If not, that's okay as well. But I will not be silenced. And I don't expect anyone else to be silenced as well. And whether or not I believe what you have to say, that's irrelevant. Because if I want to muzzle you, then I have the right to be muzzled. And if someone believes that they want to silence another person, then you yourself should be willing to be silenced by someone else. So freedom of speech, freedom of expression, I champion that. And that's the way that I'm moving forward. And that's my goal forever. As long as I have life, let's talk about it. I don't have to agree, but there's no progress. If someone immediately wants to shut you down and take away your voice because they don't like what you're saying. And that's where the society has descended. right? We've become a society where no one can see anything. Someone says something, whether you're offended by it or not, or it sounds conspiratory or whatever, immediately you want to shut it down. Nah, man, come on, bro. Listen, I will not be silenced. And one thing, even the way this channel is run and the way that I started out this channel, with being authentically myself, and that's one thing that I never want to go away. All right, and that's one thing for me to be comfortable in my own skin, and come as far as I've come and feel comfortable as well. I have to be authentically myself, and some people say that might be a weakness, but for me, look, life is short. My 50 years on this earth, my 80 years, I don't know how long I'll live. I have to be authentically myself. If no one else is doing that, that's their problem. But for me, I do things a way that I feel comfortable. Like I share the stories the way I want to share the stories, authentically. I share my view. People might judge me and they might call me names. It has happened on the live stream before, but I'm unfazed because I can sleep knowing that Ranza has been authentically himself. And if I hear something about 5G or something else, and I'm like, guys, I heard this yesterday. I'm not an expert, but I heard this thing yesterday. Sounds interesting. I don't know if it's true or not. Might not be true. But I'm telling you where my mind is. I'm like, oh, I listened to this thing. If someone wants to say that makes me an idiot or something else, I'm sorry if you feel that way, but sorry. Can't help you. I kind of went off on that. I guess the reason why is because this is usually a pain point. And it's one thing with YouTube too, where people hear something, like when someone put out a video or say something, people always want to to impose or say, you should do it this way, you should do it that way, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that, this is what you should say, this is what you shouldn't do. People always have these things. So it's always a thing when you have a public facing platform where you're public facing, you got to deal with these things all the time. So you usually have a lot to say regarding those things. That's why I kind of went off a little bit on that. But yeah, that's my position. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression is important. Who knows how long this thing will last in terms of expressing yourself freely, because YouTube is changing, social media overall is changing. So listen, if you want to share something, now's the time, because we won't be able to do it for much longer, it seems. Okay, went off on a tangent, but I'm back on track. Let's see who else is here. Juanita, how you doing? Chilla Freeman, what's up? What's up? Minna, how you doing? Who else is there? Who else is there? Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, all these comments came while I was like talking. I'm good, Chili man. Chili Freeman, how you doing, man? Safari on my mind. Good morning, Ranzo and Jen. Hello, world. How you doing? Minna, nothing much past all my classes for the semester. Awesome. Let's see. Who else? Bag Money. I did a 60K when I was 25. Nice. It took me forever, but I finished. That's the most important thing. You finished, right? That was the best test of my limits. Indeed. Trust me, man. That is very, very true, man. I think it's one of the fastest ways to test your limits. It makes you question everything, right? When you're pushing yourself, man, it makes you you question everything. You question why you're doing this in the first place. You're like, why am I running? Why? But it shows you a lot. It shows you a lot. And the good thing about it too is that the discipline and what you get, the high that you receive from that, you can channel that into other areas in your life, right? And that's one thing. Usually with discipline, sometimes people are disciplined in one area and then another area is lacking. But I believe, even in my experience, you can take the discipline from one area and channel that into other things as well. So that can be the fuel or the anchor, the power source of other endeavors and undertaking. Chili, life is an ever evolving ball. What's this ball of growth? Huh? I'm not sure if I understand. But life is about growth, of course, and it changes all the time. Your results are still on Google search. Cool. Safari says status quo. Bag Money, thanks me not. Laugh aloud, I have no business. Even tried it because I had little to no run experience. Indeed, that doesn't even matter, man. Oh, you meant the caller? You're talking about the caller milk? Yeah. Chili Freeman, Ranzo, the 90-year-old. Tipito, continue being new, Ranzo. That's what drew me to your channel. A blind guy, his wife, their life. Amazing feat, bag money to run a 25K with or without a lot of run experience. I often run to the dinner table. When this channel hits 1,000 subscribers and goes live, then Ranzo should do live runs. You know, I did that before. I did live runs. What was it? I did that on was it not Instagram? Was it? I might have done. I think I did a 10K once on I think it was Periscope or Instagram or something. I don't know. It was fun. I was surprised that I could actually run with the selfie stick. And was it a phone? I was using a phone, right? And the phone, yeah, 10K. So I had the selfie stick and the phone was out. Oh, snap. Selfie stick and the phone, and I did the 10K. It's quite something. I don't like running with stuff in my hands. I don't like that. I think I kind of like pulled something out when I was. Does this weird sound now? When I was pushing the phone. But anyways, yes, I did that, and it was I did it. I was surprised because it was so annoying, but it usually it's annoying when I run with things in my hands. But for some reason, I found it easy. Milky, Milk said, I'm a guest of your show and I agree with your views. Hopefully, I did not give you the impression that people shouldn't express themselves. Okay, understood. Safari, life is about perspectives. One has to be a realist to bear even the ugly side of things and not just objectifying. Understood. Aloysius Wagwan, what's up? Bagman, the blind guy, and his wife, man, it was nuts. It even started raining. I had to only run 2 5Ks before trying it. I trained for several months, 2 runs every day. That's awesome, man. Do you think they're going to try and limit freedom of speech on media? I like the Busy Mike said he liked the caller yesterday. Yeah, I think well, in terms of freedom of speech, they have already started in terms of video removal, things like that. You know, just yeah. Look, man, it's one of those things. It's there's gonna come a time. It looks like there will be a time where, if you're not championing the, as I said before, the mainstream narrative, you won't be allowed to utilize established platforms to get your point of view out, right? And that's the thing. If we are overly reliant on social media, that might be something that might impede various progression. But the thing is, people have been sharing their opinions, right, pre-social media. So people, of course, as usual, will evolve and get inventive, creative, and find other ways, of course, to get their messages out. But based on what I'm seeing so far and what's going on, I think this year for sure, I've seen, I think like some of the major players in the game have definitely taken some strides, leaps actually, in terms of deplatforming people, silencing people. They've taken a strong stance, and I think it's just the beginning. YouTube was more open before, you know, but hey, look, so many changes, man, so many changes. But hey, what can you do? Someone said before when I spoke about this a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so, I don't know, that look, these people own the platforms, they can do whatever. It's the way it is, right? And if you're on, most of us, you know, like if it wasn't for social media, then you would have to find some other way to get your voice out. Like social media has made it easier for people to express their opinions and, you know, to find like-minded people as well. And then if you can't freely express yourself respectfully, of course, then what are you going to do, right? What are you going to talk about? How are you going to connect with people? I don't know. I have no idea, but yeah, that's where it's going. So that's something that people have to brace themselves for, and have contingencies, just in case we go to that place. But anyways, it's just the way the world is right now, right? So we're heading to that place. But hey, anyways, so that's that. We're talking about limitations, right? Well, as Bag Money just wrote something that you ran a 60K, and that was him like confronting his limits, like breaking his limits, and that was a triumph on his part, right? So that's pretty cool. So if anyone else want to share, so that's what I want to do today, briefly, not too long, as usual. The intent is not to be on here for too long, but let's see what happens. Oh, you know what? It's funny because Luke said Ranzo did a Mo Farah, yeah, 10K laugh aloud. It's funny because I saw a guy this morning that was running, right? And the dude looked like Mo Farah. I'm not even joking, but I'm like, that couldn't be Mo Farah. Because I'm like, well, I don't think you can really travel right now. But the dude was running across the street. His stride looked like Mo Farah. I was across the street, right? I wasn't running yet. I was doing some other workout, burpees, etc. And I saw the guy running across the street. I'm like, yeah, this dude looks like he looked like him, like no hair, running. I saw like him from the side, so I got a side view, right? Dude is moving pretty quick as well. I'm like, I'm trying to look, right? But I'm like, I'm not sure it looks like him though, but I doubt it. I doubt it like looks at the dude from sideways, and his stride is very similar to Mo Farah's. So I'm like, I know it's not him though, but dude looks like him. Might guy might have been from the same country. So Batman said, Ranzo, when I finished, I couldn't taste food for a week. It also hurt for days to drink anything, especially anything with sugar. Never mind the body being sore. Understood, man. You did it. That's all that matters. You did it. One of the worst feelings is to give up in the middle. But you know what? Even if you do, even if you find yourself giving up in the middle, always don't beat yourself up too much. Just start again. Just continue, right? Begin again another day. But one thing happens though, if you give up too often, I think it weighs down on your mind, and you are robbing yourself of success reference points, things to glean and draw inspiration and motivation from when you find yourself in a bind. When you find yourself in a similar circumstance, your mind usually go back to, oh, the last time you gave up, hey, do it again, right? You like the way that feel, or you remember that. But if when you go back into your mind, you can say, oh, I did this before, I did that before, I know I can do this, let me just draw some inspiration from that. And that is a fuel for your present undertaking. So that's one reason why it's important to complete certain things and do certain things, because at least for you, you can always look back and say, you know what, I did this. So that confidence, you have it. It's no longer the fear of the unknown because you've already done it before, or something very similar to it. So that represents for you what I call, or for myself, a success reference point. So I can say to myself, I did this before, I did that before. I'm faced with this right now. Well, this is not as bad. That was worse. Let's handle this thing. And then you just do it. And it works on your mind. So the goal definitely is not to give up. The goal is to always keep going. Because the moment you do, man, it ruins your psyche, messes with your psyche. And the next time you want to draw something, you don't have enough in a reservoir, right? You don't have enough there stored up to help you to move forward. So that's something as well that, so even though you might stumble, and you shouldn't allow yourself to remain on the floor, you should get up and keep going again. It's important to try to stumble less often. It's important to not make that a habit. It's important, not to get accustomed to that, and to grow from it, of course, and try your best to give up as little as possible, because that becomes way too familiar to you, and it becomes your standard. And your standard now becomes giving up when it gets hard. Your standard now becomes, quitting too early or whatever. But if you keep pushing and you keep doing whatever you're doing, then that becomes your standard. And you're able to move in that direction. It's funny because I was listening to something earlier today too, and the guy was talking about Michael Jordan, and he shared a story where apparently Michael Jordan was playing this particular game, and he had the flu. And he said, whilst other players would take a day off because they're sick, Michael Jordan persisted. He went on the court, still performed, apparently got 38 points, and he had the flu, right? He had all that. But because he trained his mind and his body for so long, it was accustomed to performing at a higher level. So even when he was sick, the muscle memory propelled him forward, and he was able to still perform well under those circumstances. So that's one thing as well. When it comes on to building that muscle mentally, physically, and sometimes it's a super hard work, yo. It's not easy at all, you know. And I like when things are challenging, at least for me personally, because when it's challenging and it's hard, I know that it's worth it. I know that the results will be good. If you do turn away and you're like, man, the easy way out all the time, you won't even feel good about yourself. That's the biggest thing. Like Manny said, he ran the 60K, he was finished, even though it was like he felt the way he felt, he did it. So he's on that high. He's like, yes, I did this, and that can carry him, right? And that's the way life, man. That's the way life is. All of us can do all these things, whatever it is that, I don't know, like I doubt no one. People always say things, and the only reason why they don't do it, I believe personally, is because they haven't fully committed themselves to it yet. They haven't, they haven't given themselves over to doing all that's required, to doing all the work that's needed, the hard work, the work that you don't want to do. Oh man. What's this? I need some water. Chili, you said it got off early last night. I'm not sure. You know what you could do? Just watch the replay. Go to Mina. Don't be so naive. What they don't report is the real news. You think white supremacists will allow our point of view if it stops their agenda? Okay. Where am I? Chile. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see. If anyone wants receipts, they can Google Ultra Marathon Robert Harrison, and I'm the last name on the first website. 8 hours to finish. I only finished ahead of like 5 people, but most didn't finish. Awesome, bro. Listen, that's a stripe you have right now that no one can take away from you, man. That's crazy. I'm inspired. Gout, you don't know the system works. Okay, let's see. But Mina, that's true. Like that's true. Like someone shouldn't assume that a person is naive based off a question that is being asked. People say sometimes that someone advertised their ignorance based on the questions that they ask or pose. But the thing is, look, man, listen. If you don't know something, you ask a question, and people might perceive you as, oh, this person doesn't know that. But the good thing is, guess what happens when you ask a question and someone answers you, and they give you the correct answer, you're armed now with that answer. So the state that you were in before you ask the question, you're no longer in that state because you got an answer. So while other people are looking on and they're saying, oh, this person ain't got no sense, you're progressing still, because now you've moved at least a little bit further, because now you know something that you didn't know before. And I think a lot of people, they try to put up a facade. They don't want to ask questions because, people perceive a certain way. Y'all know, like, I don't care. I don't, what's that? I'm not, what does that mean? What's going on? Ask a question. Ask a question, man. Too many of us are crippled by fear, man. Too many of us are crippled by fear. And sometimes, I see it's trying to like creep up on me a little bit, but I'm just like, listen, wrong dude. Go back into your corner. You're good? I can't feed you no more. No food for you ever. But yeah, ask your questions, man. Why not? Chili, it's nothing we can't do. Always remember that. Literally nothing. That's the mindset. And even if someone said that's that's naive or it makes no sense, I think it's the best way to tackle any problem, believing that you can conquer it. Because if you don't believe that you can do something about it, then you're already defeated. Why are you gonna try when you already doubt yourself? Go after it. If you fail, whatever, but at least you went into the ring believing that you could have, taken this person out, right? And also, not only doing that, you're willing to do the work that's required. Because a lot of people think you can do stuff without the sacrifices and the work. Um, yeah, but that's not what I think. I really believe in, like, you gotta work your bum off. You gotta just give everything. That's my position. I don't expect anything to be easy ever. Ranzo, the only reason I finished is because three guys ran past me in a group on the second lap around, and they said he won't finish. I chuckled, chuckled as they passed me. Indeed, that can be great motivation as well. When people underestimate you and doubt you and say you can't do something, man. Yeah, a lot of people derive, a lot of inspiration from that. So hey, look, so they gave you some fuel. They gave you some fuel. So sometimes, you know what, is when people doubt you and you have haters. Come on, man. That serves as fuel for a lot of people. It does for me, right? Just like you said, I'm like, oh, what? They said what? What was that? Oh, y'all don't know me yet, right? Y'all don't know what's under the hood. No, you don't. Gout said, of course, I can detect naivety based on the question asked. Don't really. Anyways, go listen, man. Listen to me now, bro. Listen to me. Listen, bro. Look, I know I spoke about freedom of speech, but at least come on, bro. Sometimes you write some things, and that's the only thing that's keeping you here. My support of freedom of expression. But you know that the thing is, I can't afford you my respect. You don't need it anyways. Unless you can speak the way you're speaking in the comment section where people can identify who you are. Because if you try to mask your identity and you're saying whatever you're saying, then you're not as courageous as you think you are. And that's the thing, that when you write these things and you're saying, oh, don't be so dumb, and you're dissing people all the time. If anyone can do that, I can do that. I've never ever created a shut up. People do that. Some people create fake profiles to go on people's thing and write stuff. I've never done that ever, and I can swear in my life, never ever. That's not me. But if someone is writing something, and you gotta like have a fake profile or a profile where no one can identify you, and you can say whatever you want, then you're not that bold or brave or as courageous as you're trying to put off. If you are a person that have a certain position or stance, make your face known. Let people know who you are so that you can stand up for what you believe in and also receive the consequences of your position. But if you're hiding behind the shadow and you're saying you're throwing a stone and hiding, then that speaks more volumes about who you are. So you always like a trend that I see in the comment section is that you lambast people, you disrespect people. Sometimes you do say some things of value, right? But the way you say it, but yet still no one knows who you are when you're hiding. So at the same time, like, come off your high horse for a second. Please do that. I will allow you to continue saying anything you want as long as you show your face or something where people can say, okay, this is a guy. Then I can respect you because I can say, you know what? Like when I come on and I say what I say, everything that I say, I know that people listen and people might think something of me or whatever, but still they're seeing my face and I'm speaking my truth. I can live with the consequences or whatever, or the benefits or whatever, because I'm just being myself. You're not being authentically yourself because you're not showing yourself. You have to put yourself out there. Don't be a troll, bro. So this is what I'm going to say. Going forward, right? Going forward, if you won't put a profile of an actual human, right? A person that people can speak to, your profile picture, your name, something, I will not allow you to insult any other viewer or commenter on this channel. Okay? That's my position. Show your face. Who are you? Anyone can do that. Anyone can create a fake profile and write anything. Many people do that on the internet, and I have no respect for those people. Show yourself, speak your piece, and stand up for what you believe in. If you believe in insulting people and disrespecting people because you believe that you are at the upper echelon of society, or you're on this high horse, show who you are. Then you have my respect. But if you're not in a position where you can face the consequences of things that you say, that you're saying, well, this is just the way I am, show yourself. Or I'm gonna have to ban you, bro. I'm gonna have to ban you. I want you to say what you want to say, but I want you to show your face so people can say, okay, this is a guy. And then you can feel the response of other people. So people can also, the way that you're lambasting people and insulting other people, they will have ammunition to use against you as well, to give you what you're giving people, hiding behind a profile that says nothing about who you are. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. And that's one of the reasons why, even going forward, everyone that wants to call in, maybe there might be exceptions. I still reserve the right to maybe have exceptions, but every person that want to call in, I want them to reveal who they are. No longer are people going to hide behind a pseudonym or some fake name or something, or avatar or whatever, and say whatever they feel without consequences. Come on, man. Be a real man. Be a man. I think you said that to me before. Be a man. Be a man. When I come on this thing, y'all see me. I'm not hiding behind the shadows. You see me, right? Making mistakes live. Yes, you see me, but that's me. I'm being myself live. You see me. Please, God, I'm not going to talk about it again. The next time another commenter says something and you rip them a new one, you insult them down to the ground, you just rip them apart, I want to see your face. And then you can say whatever, it's fine. So other people can say, oh, this is a guy. Okay, cool. Without that, sorry, bro. I'm not going to say it again. Not going to say it again. The next time you insult someone, I'm going to ban you, bro. And if you want to come back with a profile with your name, do a YouTube video. Let me see who you are. Please. 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 Okay, moving on. Bagman said, I swear to God, when I heard that I locked in, nothing was going to make me quit. Even though I wanted to, after hearing that, best part is I finished and they didn't. Look at that, Bagman. I don't know why people do that. I really don't know why people underestimate people. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's something that I do not do. Because if you understand human potential, you know that you can never underestimate someone. It doesn't matter. We don't even know enough. So many, it's like a trend. It's like a thing. Like, people just don't believe, especially when they don't see a person, like they don't see the evidence of what the person is saying or whatever. If they don't see it, then they're like, oh, I don't know. For whatever reason, man. And then most of these people usually end up doing these things. History, so many lessons, and people still don't get it. Oh, this person is not this enough. This person not that enough. This person not this. I'm like, reserve your opinion. Can you predict the future? If you cannot, be silent. At the very least, if you have nothing good to say, just don't say a thing. If you're going to say something, say, you know what? Hey, good for you, man. Go and do it. Anything is possible. Leave it there. Look at that. They told you that you wouldn't finish the race and they didn't. They could have just ran past you and just kept quiet. And then when they never finished, then whatever, right? But no, they said that it bounced right back. Crazy. Oh my God, Mina is retaliating. Come on, Mina, don't retaliate. I think I may have to become more strict on these live streams. Like, when I see like conflict, I may have to stop it before it gets out of hand. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. Anyone that starts insulting any other person, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you a timeout, and then if you keep doing it, I'm gonna ban you. Just to make sure the environment is positive as much as possible. Earl, yeah, Michael Jordan was running a fever during that game and played excellent. Indeed. Blind guy. Wow, bag money, I can't imagine it's hurting to eat plus still no taste. Run, so you could get a GoPro and record daily run and chat with others after the run to get random opinions on topics. Yeah, I did that before actually. I did that. I had a post run talk. I actually have a podcast called Ranzo's Post Run Talk. You guys can look it up. I haven't updated that in a while, but I have like maybe 100 episodes on it or something like that. Yeah, you can check. Just go and type it in on any podcast streaming platform. You'll get it. So I did that. The live runs, I do have a GoPro, but I really like. I guess I could, but sometimes I want to be in a zone, right? So sometimes I don't want to like live stream all my runs because sometimes I want to make sure I'm in a place. I use that time. It's almost like my therapy sometimes. So I wouldn't stream, all my runs, right? Because sometimes like the effort that's required for certain things, I just want to be in the zone, right? Like one thing that takes a lot of effort is like burpees. Like when I'm doing burpees, I do a lot of burpees, and burpees take you out. So like even this morning, I did my burpees and some other workout, and then I ran after that. That's always the killer, man. You do all these things, and then after burpees and all these other workout, you're doing your weight training, whatever, and then you're going for like a long run. It's crazy. But I might do that. I'm not sure where to do it though. I'm not sure if it's appropriate for this channel. But I don't know. What are we arguing about today? I'm not arguing. Rising Lotus. Luke, when is the second half of the interview coming out for the couple from Okinawa? You gotta wait and see. Wait and see. This channel is full of surprises. Wait and see. I don't know. How am I being this morning? SD, hi. Just entered. I'm listening while recuperating. Just wanted to speak. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're okay, SD. Earl White, how you doing? You still black? I think so. Last time I checked. So Blind Guy said, I believe that most limitations come from within. Indeed, many are free to speak and still remain silent or speak so softly that they haven't a voice anyways, or many here don't and just don't. Yeah, it's honestly most of these things is internal, and I guess the truth is each person is on their own journey, and a person probably won't get up until they're ready. So that's one thing, you can only plant a seed, right? But I think a person has to want it. But it's funny that many of us, I think the world at large, we could have been so much further along. And even myself, I'm not even at the peak of my potential either, right? So I'm not saying that I am on some next level or whatever, right? I'm still on this journey, right? I'm on a journey of self-mastery, right? I'm trying to become better as a person, where I'm trying to just get in touch with my purpose and really contribute as much as I possibly can. So I'm on the same journey, shoulder to shoulder with everyone. All right. So it's like, so the thing is, most of us, I feel like the world itself could be so much better if most of us tapped into that thing that we ought to be doing. That purpose that we have within us, the things that we do have to contribute to the world. I think if everyone did that fearlessly, the world would be a lot further, than we are right now. So I think that's something as well that that we need to do, right? And that's so I think there's so much more to be done. And every person, maybe, I'm not sure, maybe not everyone, but I'm thinking at least a large percentage of people, if you should talk to them, they would say, "Man, yeah, I could be doing more, but hey, you know." But and everyone is, I guess I'm usually really, really hard on myself and hard on other people, but I guess I've become a little bit more relaxed in terms of my expectations of other people, like when I'm talking to people about stuff, because I guess everyone is different and everyone has different standards, and everyone has something that they want to do, and they might be comfortable with this or comfortable with that. But my personal view, as you guys have maybe by now, it's that, because, and I always talk about the transience of life, because I think we have to go to that place, because I think that within itself should determine what we do while we're alive, while we have opportunity, while we have all the faculties within our bodies working, while we have youth, or even life, because you could still be old and still do many things. So I go to that place and I say to myself, why? And I'm still trying to do this, right? To live my life maxed out always. I don't do this all the time. It's still a work in progress. But the reason why I think that we should really live our lives maxed out and really pour out as much as we can is because the time is finite. So I think, at least for me, so that's my standard. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to be. Like, as long as I'm living, right? That's where I want to be. I want to exist in that state as much as I possibly can. Because I'm like, when I'm gone, I'm gone. There's no what do you call it, like redo or whatever, no do-overs, right? There's no second chance. So for that reason, I'm thinking, I'm talking to myself, I'm like, man, bro, listen, man, you got to contribute all you can contribute while you're here. Because if there's something that you have as an individual that the world needs, only you can provide it the way you can provide it. So you have to accept yourself and allow yourself to contribute that. Because there will be a time when your 5 minutes on stage is up, the time has elapsed, and now you got to exit stage left. And that's the story for every person. So that's where I choose to live my life from. And not everyone subscribes to that, of course, but I think it's essential. And I think, I don't know, I can't think any other way. For some reason, I can't, because we don't have an eternity. And as I said before, people always look out and say, oh, death is for that person. We hear people dying all the time, right? So other people die, not us. We know that we will die one day, but for some reason, it seems so far away that we don't operate with a sense of urgency. I'm obsessed with the contribution that I have for the world. I'm not sure why, but I think every one of us have a responsibility, and there's something that each person has to contribute before they go. And it's not cynical, it's not pessimistic, it's a fact of life. We enter the world and we will exit at some point. The world existed before we came, and the world will exist after we leave. What is our contribution between birth and death? And that's one of the reasons why I think living our lives maxed out is important. I subscribe to that. That's why I want to pour myself out completely before my departure. And that's why I'm so hard on myself. And, even if I fall and, I'm struggling, to get to that place, it's a pursuit. And I don't want it to be this pursuit where I never reach that place. Because sometimes we just say, oh, it's a journey, yeah, we fall down, fall. I spoke about this earlier, that the goal is to do right, not get too accustomed to falling down 10 million times. Is fine, get back up, but try your best to learn from what happened just now, you stumbled, so that you don't repeat that moving forward, because time is finite. I'm trying to live from a place of redeeming the time, lost time. Some people feel like they're old or whatever, but the thing is, look, you're still here, which means there's still something that you can do. You can either accept the way things were. You can just accept the position that you're in and say, man, that's it. No, I have no more chance of doing this or that. And of course, you have people who are in the same circumstances, suffer the same things, who are doing things in terms of, yeah, this is my reality, but you know what, let me start now. So if you find yourself being 65, 75, even, you're still here. And there might be things that you physically can't do, maybe, but do what you can. Like, at least you're still here. Because most of us sometimes, we feel like the time has passed, our time has passed, but you're still here though. There's still some time on the clock. Even if you feel like you can't win the race or the game or whatever, there's still something you can contribute, even if It's your experience, your wisdom that you've amassed over the 75 years of your life. You can still pass that on to someone in hope, as a form of investment, that that person may invest what you went through in their own lives, in their own life, and then maybe make something or do something. But it's crazy how we don't use, the experiences of other people. The world has been around for so long. And most of us, we want, for some reason, to just start from scratch and make our own mistakes again. So many people have lived before us, man. Haven't we learned yet? I don't know. Like, I guess this is just the way I think, right? And it's like I think about these things, like what really matters. Anyways, whatever. But and I kind of went off. But it's important, because something that the world needs right now, it might sound cliche, we hear this all the time, but I believe something that the world needs, you have it. I've heard this before. Someone said, they may have your talent, but they don't have your twist. There's a signature, like your fingerprint, something that you have that we might be suffering right now. We might be in a certain state right now because of your refusal to answer the call and do that which you were specifically fashioned to do. Yeah. Rising Lotus said, what if I'm a midget and want to join the NBA one day? Listen, man, bro, as I said before, I will never say anything is not possible. Too many stories. So my position is, listen, who knows if that story hasn't, someone hasn't done that before, but we don't know what the future holds. So I'll never tell up, look, man, you never know, bro. That's all I'm saying. So if someone has that dream, who am I to squash that person's dream? Who am I? And who are you to tell a person that they can't do that? Look, man, we've heard so many stories, man. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm saying it. It sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, right? It sounds, I'm thinking about it myself. It sounds crazy, but bro, it's possible. Yes, a midget could potentially play in the NBA or could play in the NBA. It's possible. We haven't seen a story like that yet, but we've seen crazier things in times past. So, man, I don't know. Yo, people, as I said, people have different opinions. Some people say, look, parents tell their kids foolishness that you can be anything you want. And someone said that's bull. You can't tell a child that they can be anything they want. I don't subscribe to that. I think if you really believe in something strongly, I think you should at least try to go after it. If you fail, you fail, right? You may even find your true calling en route, on your way there, right? So you might say, okay, I'm going to go after the NBA. I'm going to go after this. I'm going to go after that. But you might not reach there, but you may discover what you truly want to do in pursuit of that vision, in pursuit of that dream. That's also possible. And the mindset as well is important. You can't expect to go after whatever it is and you don't believe that you can do it. That will affect your performance without question. So what's your position when you're entering into the ring? What's your mindset? We all know that that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter how you look or whatever. The most important thing is inside here. Y'all know this. Well, you guys know this. Well, if you don't know it, you better know it. But yeah, so look, even if the impulse reaction, if someone says something like you say, for instance, I'm using this, I know it's a ridiculous example, but to show you how extreme these things are, and it could work. Like someone is saying to you, oh, like, you know, you see a person and they have nothing that looks like what they say they're gonna do. Nothing. They ain't got the money, they ain't got the resources, they don't look like the type that, whatever the case is, they don't have nothing. And when you're looking in your mind, you're thinking about the requirements, just you're thinking about what you've seen so far. And the person is saying this, and you're like, the initial thought is, no way, I can't see it. But you have to override that thought, understanding that, listen, when it comes down to human potential, you cannot underestimate anyone ever. People don't get that. If other people want to do that, that's their business, but I don't subscribe to that. I don't underestimate people, and I don't underestimate myself. Trust truth. I've gone from being able to fully walk and talk to the complete opposite, to healing myself to fully walking and talking. But it's just the start of my journey. The next stage will not be easy. Oh wow, that's crazy. That's like definitely amazing. And the thing is, you know, sometimes we say stuff, it's easier to say stuff than to do it. You know, for someone to be in what you know, I believe you're telling the truth. If someone was to really face what you're facing, man, you know, you can say all the things, you know, you guys hear me talking and you're like, oh, well, you know, yeah, you can say that right now, you know, but when things, you know, whatever hit the fan, you know, it's a different story, right? You have to make sure that you can you can implement these things practically. You know, like, yeah, that's one thing. Because it's even I usually use workout because I think it's something that people can identify with, even though, like, you know, I've gone through even crazy things in my life. You know, when I had to come face to face with myself, right? And the thing is, if I use workout for an example, you might be fired up. You know, you might be fired up for whatever, you're motivated, you're inspired, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lose 50 pounds in 6 months, yeah, or 3 months or whatever. And the moment you get out there, you know, the moment you get out there, you start working out, and then you start feeling the pain. You are in the ring. All that motivation you had, all the inspiration, when it's time to get dirty and down to business, that's when you see if you're really motivated or inspired, because you're feeling that, and it's boxing you left, slapping you left, right, center, and you're in the midst of all that pain and all that. And that's where it counts the most. So it doesn't matter how fired up you are. If you can't channel that in that moment in time, it means nothing. Right. So it's not about just words and talking. That's why I think, even for myself, I keep putting myself in these things to test, to make sure that, at least for myself, it might not work for other people. I don't know. But at least for me, I'm like, yo, Ryan, you go into the fire, bro. You gotta go into the fire and make sure. Because if you're all talk and there's nothing behind it, it doesn't serve you. How can it? Rising Lotus Wind, listen, if your position is, you're saying, what if I'm blind and want to be an airplane pilot? Look, if that's your position, bro, listen, if you have, as I said, that's still possible. It is still possible. With technology, anything is possible. You never know. I don't care how ridiculous I sound, because the people who sounds ridiculous, these are the people that do things. So I don't really care how I'm being perceived. All I'm saying is the mindset. So if that's your mindset and you have a pessimistic mindset and that's working for you, bro, if it's working for you, bro, and you're good, that's your thing, whatever. But as far as I'm concerned, that's not my mindset. The way that you see the world, I don't view the world that way. So if you're a person that goes around with that mindset and it works for you, hey, listen, that's your thing. Power to you, right? But I know for a fact that such a mindset, like a pessimistic mindset, does not work for a lot of people. It brings a lot of people down, right? Whether it's coming from within or without, right? So especially from within. So if that's your position, right, where everyone says, someone says something and you're like, oh, what if this, what if that, and you're always coming from that, that's on you, bro. And the beauty is, it takes the person. So even if the world doubts you, it does not matter if the world doubts you. It's irrelevant if you believe in yourself. And then usually when people see that, and that you actually do what you're saying you're going to do, and they're like, snap, this person's actually serious, eventually they come around sometimes. But That doesn't even matter. But I'm saying, if it, as I said before, it depends on the person. Look, depends on the person. If you are going after something in your finite life and you're passionate about it, whether or not you succeed or not, I think if you don't give up, you will. Especially if you keep you keep going back and you just study and it's okay. Well, I made this mistake. Okay, how can I do this differently? Blah blah. You go back. You learn, and you keep going, not giving up. I think eventually you'll get there. That's what I think. Outlasting the struggle. Um, so the mindset overall for me, and that I think is you have to believe that you have to. So yeah, so it like I for one, I don't care if people believe in me or not. It doesn't even matter. Like I've always been that type of person. I'm like, listen, the people have they don't believe this, I don't believe that, but I'm set on what it is I want to do, and I don't care if no one, even my parents, my wife, I don't care. You cannot believe I don't business. If I want to do it, I'm gonna do it. Right? I'm believing in myself, and I already accept that it's gonna be hard. So I'm not gonna like, no, child, it's gonna be a walk in the park. I never approach anything like that. I'm like, it's gonna be hard as heck. Do I have what it takes? Am I willing to go through what's required? Yes. Okay. Am I gonna fall down? Maybe, but I'm going. So that's my mindset. So if as I said before, you're saying what you're saying, look, if that works for you, bro, that's you, man. But this is Ranzo's mindset. This is the way my mind is built. So bag money, Colin Goughton, speak your mind on video. uh Chili said got a step. Let's see. uh SD said I hurt pain trying to find a doc to order knee, wrist, and foot brace. They want me to go to the hospital / urgent care. I can't due to the Rona. I'm okay, just sleeping and praying tons. Wow. So how do people get assisted or assistance during COVID-19? If you require medical attention, you're telling me that there's nothing that you can do? And SD, you don't have someone to call at all? Like no one? Is it possible for you to like wear a mask or something and then move and then go to the doctors or something? There must be a way. Must be a way. Anthony, I just joined. What's going on? Does it sound like I'm arguing? I'm not though. I don't know. I don't know. Like I guess with communication, you're saying something. I'm super chill. So I don't know. Like I'm speaking, and then I don't know what is coming off as. I'm just talking. Okay, see. I'm trying to go through the comments, and I'm trying to get back to the relevant, the latest comments, because now it's like I'm all the way back. I'm reading about what trolls now. So Anthony's asking if someone is training for an ultra marathon. So that's where I'm at in the comment section. If you're wondering like where I'm at, and it seems like there's quite a few. I'm just trying to skip some of these. Jerome, what's up? What's up? Limitations are self-imposed. They start in your mind and they spread to your body. So Gauch is saying, "You're gonna ban me, Renzo. I told some of you." So Gauch is saying, "I look. You're saying you told people your BTC network net worth. Sorry. Um, I don't recall seeing that. And bro, anyways, you know what? Okay, look, whatever, bro. Like whatever, man. If your goal is really to help people, anyways, you know what? Whatever. I'm done. Luke, Ranzo, can you list the email address below for BJ Talent Show weekend? info@blackxjp.com. You don't need to believe me, no need to lie, and no advantage gained from revealing, says Goud. What's your goal and objective, bro? Like that's what I'm trying to say. What's your goal and objective? Right. So when you're writing these things, what's your goal and objective? Right? If you're trying to communicate something to a person, you don't have to insult people. You don't have to like disrespect people. Right. So the question now is like, how are you perceived? Maybe you know what, this persona might not even be a persona in real life. So when you're interacting with people wherever you reside, you might even be a completely different person. Right. So I'm asking, what's your objective? I doubt you can go into meetings because you're saying you're a black millionaire in LA, right? I doubt you can go into meetings and deal with people the way you're dealing with people like this. I doubt it. I doubt it, bro. Like, so I'm saying, like, when you're talking to people like this, I'm like, why do you? It's like you're typing, so it's not even like you're speaking and then you get angry in the moment. You're typing, so you have to think about what you're writing. You see it before you hit send or enter. So the question is, you're writing something. Don't you see the way you're writing and talking to people? I don't get it. So if your goal is because you're calling people fools and you're saying all these things about whatever and whatever, um, and all these things, you're talking about like money and stuff. Like money is something that look, money is something that can be made. It's money is a thing. It's like, well, then again, some people might disagree with me, but I believe like anyone can make money, right? Anyone can make money. I think the one of the hardest thing is to be a decent person. I think that's more challenging. I think that's the thing that requires more work. Because when it comes down to money, there are certain things you can do. Like you can follow the trail and figure out how to make some money, right? You can figure it out. How do you make this? How do you make that? You do what you gotta do, and then you can get there. But to be a decent human, I think that requires more work. I think it's maybe easier, more straightforward to make money than to be a decent human. So you're trying to like laud all your achievements and say, oh, yo, this is who I am. So as a result of being this, amassing this, I can disrespect anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. But people value someone's character more than they value the person, like the money. Because you see those people who are rich and the way they behave, you don't even want to be around them. Especially for me, I don't beg people, for instance. So I'm not a person to be like, oh my God, let me be nice to this guy. Oh, not me, bro. Trust me. I like building my own. That's one thing for sure. So bro, come on, man. Come on. It doesn't matter, bro. Because that's what you're trying to say. So I said that to say, if you want to help people, if your goal is to come on in the comment section and you're saying, man, I need to help black people, man. I need to show these people the way. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. Why don't you make a video then? Make a video and then share some tips or something. Let people know what you know. If your goal is truly to edify, I'm not sure if that's your goal, but if your goal is to edify, then do it. But you can't expect people are gonna close up. Like as I said, sometimes you say some things of value. I'm not gonna lie, but the negativity and the disrespect that you bring to other people far outweighs what you're saying. You get what I'm saying? So bro, look, man, bro, look, bro, man. So I'm saying if you really want to help, If you want to help, if you really do want to help, talk to people respectfully, make a video. Because look, I don't respect people's money. I can make my own. I make my own, actually. I don't respect someone because someone is like, oh, this is who I am or whatever the case. I don't care about that. Most people don't even care about that. When they see someone's true character, they don't care about that. They don't even want to be around you. They don't want to talk to you. So if you're gonna come on and say, well, because of this, you believe you can just treat people anyway, come on, bro. Come on. If your goal is to help someone, really. Anyways, as I said, look, but at the end of the day, what Rans has to say in regards to you doesn't matter, right? It's you carry yourself the way that you believe you need to carry yourself, right? But as far as the comment section goes, because I've been really relaxed. I've given people much freedom, like much freedom, because that's just me. I'm just like, hey, let people just express themselves. But I think I'm going to be a bit more strict going forward. So if people start disrespecting other people and starting like fights in the comment section and stuff, I'm going to time people out. I'm going to ban people. That won't stop you from speaking, right? But you can speak somewhere else, because I'm trying to have a certain environment. So as I said before, you don't have to listen to what I have to say. Whatever the case is, you're your own person, right? You're your own man, you're a big man, right? So you can definitely speak, carry on that way elsewhere. Because if your goal is to edify and help people, there's a different way to do it. And sometimes you write some comments that have no relevance at all to the conversation. And I'm not going to respect you because you're saying in the comment section. I'm not even doubting that you're a millionaire. I'm not even look, bro. I'm not even that person. I don't even need to doubt you. I believe you. I believe you. But I'm not going to respect you because of that. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Come on, bro. That's no license to disrespect people in the comment section like you are disrespecting people, bro. Come on now, bro. You don't have to listen to me, right? But in my house, at least I'm gonna lay some rules down. And let's see. You say what you want to say. Yep, in the comment section, hiding behind some fake profile. Anyone can do that. I can do that. That doesn't make, anyways. Mm. So Earl said, my contribution to this world today is oxtail dinner with rice and peas and soursop juice. Tempting, bro. Oh my gosh. Ah, snap. You know what? You just reminded me. I should get some oxtail. Um, I'm reading the comment section. Where else am I? Yeah, I'm at Bagman comment that says laugh a lot chili. Laugh a lot chili, bro. He was wild. 410 and underqualified. What? Underqualified folks as a dwarf at midget. Bose was 5'3" in the NBA, killing it. Okay. Oh, I'm so far behind with these comments. Oh my god. I'm trying to like go through. So I'm not reading aloud now, guys. I'm trying to just get to the latest comment. So okay, so Rising Lotus said something, and I've read some of your comments, Rising Lotus, and I kind of just like skimmed over them or whatever. But this one made me stop scrolling. So Rising Lotus said, "A millionaire every day at 6 p.m. for Ranzo's convos." Okay, Ranzo, laugh aloud. You know what? Look, man, I'm not even gonna hold that against him because yeah, God comes on. A lot of people come on all the time. Like a lot of people watch and they don't say anything. But look, hey, you never know, man. Maybe he's living off his look. I'm not even. You know what? I'm not that type of person, so I'm not even gonna say, oh, maybe whatever. A person could be. He could be a millionaire and still watch and all the time tune in like clockwork. It's fine. Maybe there's something that he likes about what he sees in terms of the conversations or the energy. I don't know. So come on, man. That says nothing. Because you're trying to say that because the guys but clearly there's something that God likes about because God has been around for a while. And he had a previous profile before and he had a different name, but apparently YouTube banned him. That's how bad he is. Like YouTube banned this person, right? This is a can you imagine? YouTube banned this person and then he created another profile and now he's using it. So just to show you that I'm not just saying things like this is how bad this right, this is how gout is. Even YouTube had to step in and say, listen, man, enough is enough. Um, but I'm look, he could be lying. It's possible, but it doesn't benefit me either way, whether he is or he isn't. And it doesn't let me feel any ways if he is or he isn't. It doesn't matter to me. So I'm not gonna say, oh well, this guy's lying. I'm not gonna say that. Look, if he says it, okay, bro. Hey, I believe you. Cool. But if you want to help people, I think you can do it a better way, a more effective way, and you can reach more people, right? Than to just be like disrespecting everyone and just saying da 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 da, insult, insult, insult. Buy this, do this. Come on, bro. Nemalala, moderators are important for the live streams. I don't think they're that bad though. they're not that bad yet. Yeah, so Mark said, where's it? Where's it? Where's it? Where's it? Oh, snap. How many comments? Mark said, the black community gets a lot of disrespect from the outside. I don't need to do it to each other. Indeed. Indeed. Mikey King, when you're typing, can you use lower case characters? Because when you write those, like uppercase characters, all capital letters and stuff, it's a bit like it's harder to read. So I just skip over those comments. So Mark said, "Forgive my typing, or use." Um, okay, I use a screen reader because I'm blind. What I was going to say was, we get a lot of disrespect from the outside of the black community, so we just need to respect each other. Indeed. What's up, black man? What's up? How you doing? Prevention. Hold on, wait, who is this? Trust Truth. I'm not sure. Carbon Food Wholesalers. Not sure. Okay. Oh man, today was a different stream. It was a different stream. I don't know. How was today's stream, guys? What's the vibe? What's the energy you got from it? Because I don't know, like, what's the energy you got from this live stream today? 1 hour and 23 minutes. Oh my gosh. I gotta go. I gotta go. I wasn't even watching the time. Oh snap. I wasn't watching the time. Ingrid, what's up, Ingrid? Um Namalala, how you doing? Tavado, how you doing? So Gout said, once you get wealth, you will be a target in your community. Hands will reach out. Friendship was never enough. Trust no one. I guess that's understandable in terms of like when things change like that. Of course, people do tend to reach out and all these things happen. It's a part of the process, the journey. Um, but what's your I don't know because maybe you don't I'm not sure what your goal is. So I don't know. Like unless you communicate to me exactly what you're trying to achieve, um, I can't share my opinion in regards to it, even though you don't need it. But you sometimes you do write some things, right? Where you're talking to people, but the way that you're coming across with it, like you might be an old man. You might be an old man actually. You might be like I don't know. You might be like pushing 80, maybe. So you're like I don't care no more. Young ones, those old people that they don't care anymore. So gout might be pushing 80, maybe, potentially. But if you really look, you can even listen, man. If you don't want to, I don't know why you wouldn't want to show your face. But if you want to help people, then make a video. Don't put your face in it. Just speak and put graphics up and teach people stuff. It's better that way. And Namalala said, I'm staying alive here in Japan and it's rough these days. Indeed, man, COVID-19 has, yes, it's done a lot, man. But I think in Japan, like starting from today, I haven't checked the news, but they said that they're gonna like relax some of the restrictions in 33 prefectures, something like that. 30 plus prefectures. So it seems like we might be moving out of this COVID-19 prison soon, right? So I think it's rough everywhere, man. I think everyone, well, maybe not everyone, maybe some industries, some people, some businesses are thriving right now, but a lot of people have been hit by COVID-19. I don't even think anyone is escaped unscathed. I don't think. No. I think everyone, like right now, everyone in some way, shape, or form, man. Even if it's just mentally, um, you know, right? So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Thanks for coming on. This was a different stream, right? You guys never felt like I was arguing. I wasn't arguing with anyone. I was just talking, right? But anyways, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. I've stayed on way too long today. Way too long today. Consider subscribing again if you guys want to subscribe, right? We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Like if you guys haven't seen the last interview that we released on the main channel, go and give it a watch. We do have some more things for you guys coming out. So stay tuned, for all that good stuff. Yeah, remember Sunday again. Well, someone said I should write the email, so let me put it info at BlackXGP. That's it. So that's the email. So if you want to come on the sort of like open mic we're having on Sunday, 10 a.m. GST, send an email to info@blackxgp.com. So I give you a time slot and you can do something. Hey, what's up, Enola? How you doing? The Rising Lotus was like, this was a gout stream. Haha, funny. Let's see. Oh, you missed a whole stream. I'm sorry. Also, Earl was saying, Ranzo, there comes a time when we must ignore stupidity and ignorance because it will kill one's spirit. Eyes wide open. Just smoke a bag of weed. If you've got one, if you got it, bro, just keep it real. I don't smoke actually, so I don't smoke. No, I get it. Look, bro, like I'm fine. As you can see, like I'm chill. I just talk. I know some. Yeah, I don't mind. Look, gout comes on all the time. So like, I'm having like a heart to heart conversation. I'm on phase. I'm fine. It's cool. It's fine, man. But as I said before, I'm just you like since I spoke on this once, I won't talk about it again. But going forward, I will be more strict, just to maintain. Because this comment section is hilarious. If y'all ain't come on these live streams and watch these, and listen to look, I might just be here just to facilitate just the comments, right? So if y'all check the comments out, these comments sometimes are hilarious. Okay. Okay, guys, take care. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow at 10 a.m. JST. I'll see you guys then. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. Bye for now. Kioskete. Bye, guys.